Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly one morning, holding your cup of tea, realizing that even the simple act of walking across the room has become harder than it used to be? Maybe your hands don't move like they once did, or you've started forgetting small things more often. Where you placed your glasses, what day of the week it is, or the name of that neighbor you've known for 15 years. It's a strange and unsettling feeling when your body starts slowing down, and suddenly everyone around you is whispering about the same thing. Maybe it's time for a nursing home. But wait, before you accept that as your next step, let's pause for a moment and talk heart to heart. Just because you need help doesn't mean you need to give up your home, your independence, or your sense of self. Needing support is normal. It's part of life, not a reason to be packed up and placed somewhere that may not truly reflect who you are. In fact, going straight into a nursing home might not be the safest, healthiest, or most fulfilling option for you at all. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. Today, I want to walk with you through a different path, one filled with dignity, choice, and the kind of support that lets you stay where your memories live. Your own home. Let's begin by talking about what really goes on inside many nursing homes. Not the polished version from brochures, but the truth, the side people don't always see until it's too late. You see, nursing homes are often presented as comforting places where older adults are cared for around the clock. That's the image painted by marketers and administrators. But here's the thing. Behind those smiling pictures and tidy gardens, the reality can be far more sobering. Many of these facilities operate more like businesses than homes. Their goals are often about numbers: how many beds are filled, how much staffing costs are cut, how quickly meals are served, not necessarily how well each person is truly cared for. It's not about blaming the workers. Many of them are doing the best they can with far too little support. Imagine this: one overworked caregiver responsible for a dozen or more residents. That means your loved one, or even you, might have to wait 30 minutes, an hour, maybe even longer just to be helped to the bathroom. That's not neglect out of cruelty. It's neglect out of system failure. When a place is stretched too thin, the people inside it suffer. And it's not just physical care that takes a hit. What about emotional well-being? What about the ability to wake up and decide for yourself what kind of day you want to have? In many facilities, meals are served at fixed times, lights are out at the same hour for everyone, and daily routines are dictated by the staff schedule, not by your preferences. Imagine spending a lifetime making your own choices, only to suddenly have someone else decide when you can eat, bathe, or even take a nap. That's a loss of autonomy that cuts deep, not just into your schedule, but into your spirit. And then there's the silence. When someone first moves into a nursing home, there are often visitors, family members stopping by with flowers, friends checking in to make sure everything's okay. But over time, those visits tend to fade. It's not out of lack of love, it's just life. People get busy. Children have jobs, grandkids have school, friends face their own health challenges. Slowly, that once vibrant network of connection begins to dissolve. And what's left? Often long, quiet days broken only by a TV in the background or a quick hello from a nurse walking by. Loneliness in nursing homes is not just common, it's an epidemic. Study after study shows that isolation in later life is linked to depression, anxiety, and even faster physical decline. When your world shrinks to four walls, it's not just your body that feels it, it's your heart and mind too. But let me be clear. This isn't about blaming anyone who has chosen a nursing home. For some people, it may be the best or only option, especially in cases of advanced illness. But what I want to challenge today is the assumption that this is your only path forward the moment you struggle with daily tasks. Needing help doesn't mean you have to leave everything you love behind. There is a growing movement, quiet but powerful, that says there's another way. A way to get the help you need while staying in the comfort and familiarity of your own home. We'll explore that soon. But before we do, I want you to sit with this thought. You deserve more than efficiency. You deserve dignity, and you deserve to live out your days in a place that feels like yours, not just four walls with medical equipment, but a space filled with your photos, your memories, and your routines. So if you're watching this and thinking, maybe I'm not ready for that nursing home just yet, You're not alone, and you're not wrong. The next time someone tells you, "It's time," I want you to ask them a simple question. Time for what? Because it might be time for help, but it might not be time to say goodbye to the life you've built. Now let's take a closer look at what really happens emotionally when we're forced to leave our home. Because physical health is only one part of the picture. Our sense of home, identity, and control over our lives is just as important. Let's talk about something that isn't always obvious until you're living it: the emotional toll of leaving your home. We don't just live in our homes, we become part of them. Every photograph, every dent in the table, every flower pot on the windowsill holds a piece of our story. When someone suggests it's time to move into a facility, they may think they're offering care. But what they might really be doing is uprooting someone's identity. Your home isn't just a structure, it's your safe place, your anchor. It's where you raised your kids, cried your tears, laughed at holiday dinners, and maybe even said goodbye to people you loved. These walls don't just hold memories, they are the memories. Moving out isn't just a logistical change, it's a spiritual dislocation. That sudden transition can bring more than sadness. For many, it brings confusion, depression, even a kind of emotional numbness that's hard to explain. You may hear people say, "She just stopped smiling," or "He just gave up." And sometimes, it's not the illness or frailty that causes the decline. It's the grief of being disconnected from everything that gave their life meaning. Now here's the hopeful truth. Needing help doesn't have to equal moving out. This is where we need to rethink the whole picture. The world has changed, and thankfully, so have the options for senior care. Today, more than ever, older adults are finding ways to stay right where they are, safe, supported, and independent in their own homes. Let's start with something called in-home care services. These aren't just for the extremely wealthy or the very ill. In-home care has grown more accessible and customizable over the years. Whether you need a few hours a week of assistance or full-time support, there are services designed to meet you where you are, literally. You might hire someone to help with cooking, bathing, medications, or even companionship. These caregivers are trained not just to assist, but to connect. Imagine someone coming by not just to check off a list, but to sit with you for a moment, listen to your stories, make your favorite tea just the way you like it. That's not just help, that's respect. And here's the beautiful part. When care happens in your home, you stay in control. You decide what the day looks like. You decide what you eat, when you rest, whether you want to sit in the sun or read in your favorite chair. You're still the boss of your life. That's something a lot of nursing homes, even with the best intentions, just can't offer. But what if you're worried about the cost? It's a fair concern. Many families assume a nursing home is more affordable, but often that's not true. The monthly price tag for a facility can be staggering, especially when you factor in hidden fees. With in-home care, you pay only for what you need. Some services are even partially covered by insurance, veteran benefits, or state programs. It's worth looking into, not just financially, but emotionally, because the real cost isn't just in dollars, it's in peace of mind. Now maybe you're thinking, that sounds nice, but I don't want to be a burden. Oh, how many times I've heard those words. If you've ever said them yourself, let me tell you this. Asking for help is not weakness. Needing support is not selfish. You spent a lifetime caring for others. It's okay to let others care for you now. And don't forget about technology. This is one of the most empowering tools available today. From smart medical alert systems that can call for help instantly, to motion sensors that monitor safety without invading privacy, to video calls that bring distant family members right into your living room, technology has made it easier than ever to age in place with confidence. You're not alone in this. There are communities of people just like you, figuring out how to stay independent with a little help and a lot of courage. Some people live in multi-generational homes. Others move in with a friend and share costs and companionship. Some create small neighborhood networks where everyone checks in on each other once a day. It's not always perfect, but it is possible. And let's not forget the emotional benefits. When you stay in your home, surrounded by familiar sights, sounds, and smells, something powerful happens. Your spirit stays lifted. your mind stays sharper. Studies even show that seniors who age at home report higher levels of satisfaction and lower rates of depression. There's just something about waking up in your own bed, making your coffee the way you like it, and knowing that you're still living your life, not someone else's version of it. But even with all these choices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. That's okay. You don't have to figure it all out in one day. Start small. Maybe you begin by reaching out to a local senior resource center. Maybe you ask your doctor about in-home therapy options. Maybe you sit down with your family and say, "I want to stay here, and I'm ready to talk about how." Just opening that conversation is a powerful first step. Because the truth is, the moment you say, "I'm not ready to give up," you've already taken back a piece of your power. You don't have to face this alone. There's a growing chorus of voices, doctors, caregivers, seniors themselves who are saying loudly and clearly, aging doesn't mean disappearing, and needing help doesn't mean losing who you are. You have choices, you have power, and most importantly, you have worth right now, exactly as you are. Now that we've explored some of the emotional and practical benefits of aging in place, let's take it one step further. Because what really makes the difference isn't just where you live, it's how you live and how supported you feel. Let's explore what it means to build a life that's not only safe but joyful right in the place you call home. Now that we've looked at the emotional weight of leaving your home and the very real alternatives you have, let's shift the focus to something even more powerful. How you can build a life that's not just safe, but joyful, even if you need help. See, the goal isn't just to stay out of a nursing home. The goal is to feel alive, needed, and respected while you continue to live your story in your way. And that starts by building your own circle of care, not just professional help, but emotional support too. People who lift you up, listen without rushing, and treat you like the full human being you still are. Maybe that circle includes a part-time caregiver who helps with groceries and cleaning. Maybe it includes a neighbor who checks on you with a warm smile and a plate of food now and then. Maybe it's your son who sets up voice-activated lights for you, or your daughter who installs a smart camera at your door so you feel safer at night. Support doesn't always come from one place. It comes from many small gestures stacked together until they form a net that catches you before you fall. And let's talk about purpose, because that's just as important as physical help. A lot of people don't realize that what seniors need most isn't just care, it's meaning. That's what keeps the heart beating strong. That's what makes you wake up in the morning with a sense of direction. Maybe you used to be the one taking care of everyone. Maybe you were the fixer, the baker, the shoulder to cry on. And now you need a little help, and it's hard to ask. But here's the secret. Even if you're the one being cared for, you still have the power to give. You can still offer wisdom, laughter, kindness, and insight. You can still listen, share stories, and be the rock someone else needs. There are younger people out there, neighbors, caregivers, even strangers online who could learn so much from you. And sometimes, all it takes is one conversation to remind you. You're still a gift to this world. Being at home gives you the space to keep showing up as yourself. You don't have to conform to a facility's schedule or rules. You decide when you wake up, what you eat, how you spend your day. You can garden if you like. You can read or write letters. You can sip tea on your porch and wave to the kids walking home from school. These may seem like small things, but they are the texture of a meaningful life. And yes, there will be days when you feel tired, maybe even lonely. That's okay. We all have those moments, no matter our age. But when you have a system in place, a mix of human connection, home comforts, and a few modern tools, you'll find that even those tough days feel less heavy. Now, what if your health changes? This is a fair and important question. There may come a time when your needs increase. And even then, staying at home can still be possible with the right setup. Home health aides, visiting nurses, physical therapists, they can all be part of your plan. You might need to make adjustments, a ramp instead of stairs, grab bars in the bathroom, a hospital bed in the guest room. These aren't signs of giving up. They're signs of fighting for your life on your terms. And when your home adapts to you instead of you adapting to an institution, you keep your identity intact. Now let's get real about something else. The guilt. Some older adults feel guilty for staying home. Others feel guilty for needing help. Family members sometimes feel guilty if they can't provide full-time care. But guilt is a weight no one should carry into their later years. What matters is intention and love. If your choice is to stay home because that's where your soul feels alive, then that choice deserves respect, not shame. You are not less of a person because you ask for assistance. You are more of a person when you know what you need and take steps to make it happen. So, if you've been doubting whether you can really stay in your home, let this be your reminder. You can and you deserve to. You don't have to go to a nursing home just because someone says it's the next step. The real next step is the one you choose. It might be hiring someone for a few hours a week. It might be getting a medical alert system. It might be calling your children and saying, "This is what I want. Will you support me?" That moment of honesty, that's powerful, that's courageous. That's you taking the wheel of your life again. And let's not forget, aging isn't something to fear. It's something to own. You've made it through decades of change, heartbreak, joy, laughter, struggle, and growth. This stage of life is not the end. It's another season. And just like every season, it holds its own beauty, its own rhythm, its own rewards. So if you're sitting at home right now wondering whether you're still in charge of your life, the answer is yes, you are. You always have been. And if you're ready to stay in your home with dignity, safety, and purpose, then don't wait for someone to decide for you. Start building that life today. One step, one call, one kind conversation at a time. Thank you for being here with me today. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever worried about losing your independence? What helps you feel strong again? Please like this video if you found comfort or insight in it. Share it with someone who may need encouragement right now. And don't forget to subscribe, because together we are rewriting the story of aging, one powerful choice at a time. You're not finished yet. You're just beginning a new chapter, and it's one you get to write. Here's to living on your own terms today, tomorrow, and always.